Welcome to the vlog, everybody. So this week ended up being a little bit different than we thought it was going to be. So originally what it was going to be was a big 4th of July party with a lot of GoPro footage of us going down a big slip and slide. But the slip and slide started to fall apart, people started to get hurt, and Caitlin and I ended up having to leave the party early for personal reasons, and I just didn't get as much footage as I wanted to do a whole video on it. So instead, what we're going to do is tonight we're going to go check out an event that our city does called First Fridays. So what it is it's downtown. There's an arts district, and that's where a lot of local businesses as far as restaurants and bars and things have started popping up. So they have artists. I have cats on me now. I have kitty cats down by my feet. So the artists go down there to sell their paintings, books, sculptures, whatever kind of art it is that they do, and then it brings in a lot of business for those local restaurants, and it's just trying to get as many people involved in our downtown and arts community as we can, which is awesome. So we're going to go check that out tonight, and I'm going to finally be able to actually carry my bag that I bought and give it a real test. I've been carrying it with me to and from work every day, but that's literally, it's to my Jeep, get out of the Jeep, to work, out of work, to the Jeep, home. So I'm not really getting a lot of carrying out of it. But I'm going to carry it around with me all night tonight just to see how I'm really liking carrying it on my back and kind of give it a real test. But like I said, originally we were going to do the 4th of July footage. Didn't work out perfectly, which is fine. So instead, I'm still going to show you guys the footage that we got, even though it's pretty short. And it's, like I said, includes some action cam shots on this little guy that I bought. So this is an off-branded action cam that's made by a company called Vivitar. I really just needed it in a pinch to get some footage on the slip and slide, and I wasn't really ready to invest in a $150 plus GoPro, just because I don't do a lot of action stuff yet. Eventually I would like to do more things like that, but right now I'm just not doing that. So bought this guy. Friend of mine originally was going to let me borrow one. I couldn't get in touch with him in time, and that's fine. Actually ran into him the next day, and he said, you know, I have an old GoPro Hero 3. You can have it for 50 bucks. So I'm taking this guy back, and I'm going to get that GoPro from him. My plan is, before I return this one, my plan is to do a full actual like side-by-side comparison of the two, so you can really see what a cheap off-brand action camera versus the name brand GoPro gets you. So hopefully that's what next week's episode is going to be. But that's in the future. For now, let's focus on this week. We're going to First Friday. Looking forward to it. But before we get there, I'm going to show you guys the 4th of July footage. So check that out right over here. So guys, we're at the party. This is the most ridiculous slip and slide I've ever seen. Look at this thing. Guys, for real, this thing is huge. It's got the 2 humps in it, and it starts all the way at the top of the hill still. It's giant, and I'm ready to go down it with a GoPro. But first, food and cornhole, and then GoPro. So, slip and slide is happening. Just got to First Friday, ate dinner. It's hot, so I don't know how long we're gonna stay, but we're gonna see what we can get. Let's go.
just trying to lay in some color right now. Like, I got the outline that I want. I haven't painted the area in so long. I usually do like quick abstracts and stuff like that.
Really?
I just like, you know, I'll paint the area for a minute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks awesome.
Thank you.
Okay guys, so we're back from First Friday. As you can see, I just got out of the shower. It was super hot and super humid. Where we are in the Midwest, it gets very humid constantly. So the heat's not really what's bad, it's the humidity is what gets you here. But we're back, we had a great time. I saw some people that I haven't seen in years that were showing off and even selling their artwork, so that was really cool. We both got some cool things. I got this new shirt, says made in Evasnsville, Indiana, USA. I think that's pretty cool. I was born and raised here, and I've always lived here, so this is perfect. Caitlyn got this really cool hand-drawn print. Unfortunately, I didn't catch the artist's name where she got it, but it does have a signature. So if anyone in Evansville, Indiana watches this and knows who that signature is from, let me know in the comments so that we can give them some recognition and get them some love, because it's super cool. Other than that, guys, what you saw is kind of what it was. It was a little small, but it was really cool to have people coming out supporting local artists, authors, musicians, local businesses and bars, restaurants, all that kind of stuff that's right down there. So that was really cool to see. A lot of people kind of dog on our town and say there's nothing to do, they don't like Evansville because it's small, all that kind of stuff. But I think there's plenty of stuff to do all the time. There's a lot of events going on every weekend. These first Fridays, there's a lot of stuff at Haynie's Corner. So I think it's a really cool city, and there's a lot going on. People just have to look for it instead of just going about the normal day-to-day stuff. So other than that, guys, the only other thing that I really quick want to talk about is, if you remember, I said I worked on a music video. So part 2 of that music video is up now on their YouTube channel, and I'll link it below in the description, along with all of the artist information that I have from the artists that you saw in First Friday. This music video, or this part of the music video, I guess you could say, takes place a lot in an arcade, and that's what I helped light. I did the lighting for all the arcade scenes. So guys, check that video out. Check out all the artists that I'm going to link, all their Instagrams, that kind of stuff. Give them some love. Show them if you like something, leave a comment for them. Let them know what they're doing is appreciated and that you saw it. Just because it's really cool for people to comment on your work, especially whenever you're from a small town like we are and you're a smaller artist. Sometimes, I know for me, and I know for a lot of other artists that I talk to, sometimes you feel like what you're doing, you're just kind of wasting your time and nobody really sees it. So if people that aren't from our town especially see it and like it, that kind of stuff, it's a huge thing for people. It's kind of a confidence booster, whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of cool to see. So I'm going to call it a night, guys. Thanks again for watching. As always, all the information from this video is in the description as far as links, social media, that kind of stuff. So check that out. If you liked what you see, feel free to comment. Let me know. Like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more, because I have videos every Saturday. So I'll see you guys next week.